Welcome everybody into our second best of three of the day. We have got One Direction on the left-hand side. We got Storm League Enjoyers on the right. This is going to be your first map in the second best of three of Towers of Doom. No unique drafting style for the series. All heroes are up and available, obviously outside of bans and stuff like that. So no carryovers, no baseline bans for the tournament, just fun old Heroes of the Storm. All heroes up and available, and let's see what we've got. I do know from previous casting that TV Coffee plays a lot of Junkrat, and that's already been banned away. Curious to see what the priority will be. We got our Polish team on the right-hand side of Storm League Enjoyers. They'll get rid of that Lucio at the start here. It is first pick priority over to the right-hand side, so probably just getting rid of Junkrat because they don't want to go up against it on Towers of Doom. Speaking of, well, I was going to say, Towers of Doom, Junkrat is very good for poke and delay around objective, but Hanzo, of course, is going to be banned away as well. Another hero that's fantastic for a map like Towers of Doom, as we take a look at what for our final ban before we get into our first round of picks. Hogger to be removed, so things like Brightwing, Genji, Anduin, Diablo, Blaze, Dahaka, all of these wonderful heroes are up and available. See what the priority early on is going to be from Storm League Enjoyers. Once again, I mean, same point as I made last game. I really do like the Dahaka on Towers of Doom. I think it's a fine and fair first pick, but this is going to be a Brightwing to start things out. Why are you using Longsword? Everyone knows Broadsword and Shield is the meta. You know me, I'm such a meta slave. I just love meta. I can't get past the meta. I only look at websites that tell me the best talent builds based on not fully accurate information. I can't decide on things for myself. I can't form my own opinions. I like to go to Reddit and make posts about things that everyone else will agree with me with because I need an echo chamber. So we got a Diablo Blaze starting things out on the left-hand side for One Direction, and see how their draft is going to unfold. I do like the dive potential. Honestly, I wouldn't mind like a Tyrande with the One Direction's draft whatsoever. CC follow-up is really good. Malfurion wouldn't be bad either. Garrosh Leoric on the right. Okay, so double soak Leoric up against Blaze. And still a lot of assassins up and available. Both these drafts can unfold either way. Could see just a hyper carry. Like, we could see like a secondary support. Like, could see Medivh or even Zarya, and then like a hyper carry for the side of Storm League Enjoyers with like a Vala or something. Or we could just see like a mage and auto attacker. Jaina Greymane, Jaina Raynor. We don't see Jaina Raynor anymore. Like, we used to see that synergy with the level 1 for Raynor, but it's just he's not a priority. What's that link? Forget what? I don't trust it. I don't trust it. That's just a few letters. I don't trust that. Got dressed up as Renaissance Han Solo, wielding a Millennium Falchion. Okay, alright, that's good, that's clever. Tracer banned away, Sylvanas removed as well. We're through the mid-ban phase with the Greymane Malfurion on the left-hand side. Do you like the CC Malfurion provides? You've also got Moonfire for poke around the objective phasing. Right side of this draft, what are we taking a look at here? Brightwing Garrosh Leoric immediately. Still have things like Cassie up and available. You've got a menagerie of different mages as well. I was like, you could go into like some sort of poke mage or something like that, but it's gonna be a Brightwing a Chromie Falstad, and Genji rounds out the draft on the left-hand side. So massive dive composition being built by Juan Pablo. Storm League Enjoyers with just a all-around good draft. They kind of check every box. They got some sort of CC, they got a big burst heal, they've got some disengage tools with, you know, CC potential through Garrosh Groundbreaker, Gust from Falstad, Slowing Sands or Temporal Loop. You got Entomb from Leoric, so good drafts all around. Let's see how things unfold on Towers of Doom. Oh, okay, it's a comic book. Yeah, it's letters, and I get nervous when I see letters like that. It's a little sketchy. Have I heard of... No, I've never heard of that Wildfire. Left side of the map is going to be One Direction. We'll see a Vince, Diablo, Coffee, On Blaze, Juan Pablo will be your gray main. And the Thanatos is on the Genji, so he's just spamming abilities there. And Shredder Wind just chilling, not in the dance party, just waiting for the game to start on Malfurion. Right side of the map, we're taking a peek at Storm League Enjoyers. Alvarez is playing Chromie. Itrax will be your Falstad. Rai on the Leoric. Aryan is Garrosh and Lavkol to play the Brightwing. Looking at our level 1 Soul Shield on Diablo. Viciousness. Got Deep Breathing for Chromie, Auto Attack build for Falstad, Osin's Renewal, as well as Warbreaker for Garrosh. Of course, Brightwing's going to be going into Hyper Shift. Of course, Blaze is going to be going into Stim. Vince walks through all 3 Sandblasts from Chromie, just trying to get that stackage done a little bit faster. Helping out the enemy team Chromie. Letters make... No, you know what I mean. Alright, T is done. We've got Genji over in mid lane, soaking up a little bit. Leoric and Blaze in top had a bit of a back and forth. Looks like Coffee is going to be forced to tap well. Leoric still just chilling and clearing things out. We'll take a peek back at this a little bit later. He's going to heal up off of Coffee, who ignites the Oil Slick. Meanwhile, over in mid lane, Volstad threatening onto Genji a little bit. Vince being thrown, but no Groundbreaker stack for Garrosh, as the toss was not far enough. Let's see, Chromie's going to go into Time Troubles, or Chronic Conditions, sorry. Always flip those two. It's going to be the 30% slow to enemies, 30% buff to allies. Kevin, thank you for the raid. Welcome over, Raiders. I hope you had a good stream, bud. Thanks for thinking of us and bringing your friends over here. We're doing some casting today. We got a little bit of delay on stream. And welcome in, Raiders. Groundbreaker from Garrosh is not going to be able to disengage enough from Juan direction, and First Blood does go over to our blue squad. Bottom lane camp will be cleared away on the right side. This left side Sapper camp really low. Chromie poking this down. Brightwing spitting onto the wave a little bit here. That's kind of gross, actually, to say it that way. Juan Pablo keeping that Inner Beast active for a moment, but that'll expire at 22 combo. Now, Fury and Hearthing out of mid. We've got level 4s coming through on both sides. Obviously, Chromie got her level 4 faster because of her trait. Paralyzing Rage will increase the slow from Leoric from 40% to 60. We got the Shuriken Mastery. It's actually going to be Meltdown for Blaze. I've been seeing a lot more Meltdown lately at level 4. Thank you again, Kevin. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate it. Forget what. Another Groundbreaker out from Garrosh. A Fire Stomp from Diablo. Nice night with Hots Games. Wonderful, Kevin. Thanks again for the raid, bud. Triple objective phase coming up. Chromie gonna go into the Mobius Loop level 7. Got the Eyes in the Dark for the Gray main. Little Gundan splash through. 14 stacks on that level 1 for Chromie. As Vince is anchoring just below, looking for an angle for a Shadow Charge or something. Fire Stomp into the bush reveals that the Time Trap is there. Shredded Wind going for the channel. Doesn't look like there's gonna be anyone to delay except for Chromie. No, not Chromie. She doesn't get the channel in time. Meanwhile, over in top lane, Falstad's on the right. Left side was delayed a little bit. But it should be a 4 for 8 trade favoring the side of Juan direction. Oh, and our Twitch prediction is about to close, by the way. Still got that going. We've been doing 5-minute gambles, and that seems like a nicer window for people to be able to see more of the game, but also be able to kind of jump on their phone or something like that, be able to throw some channel points in. Then's body block to eternity. And that'll be a kill for the side of Storm League Enjoyers, equalizing in the kill department, pulling in a little bit more experience. Volstad holding level 7. Not really holding, he was just considering there for a second. Does he want Boomerang to get the spell armor reduced by 15, which will help out the Chromie Burst, or do you want to have more auto attack damage, a further distance on the hammering, and also that synergy between the 1 and 4? Since you're dealing more damage while the hammering is out, you're healing more with the hammer gains, and of course you have the auto attack frequent flyer damage increased as well. Falstad going to take a flight up to top lane to try and soak up as much experience. Don't want to miss out on any of that and fall behind, because even though there was a later game kill for the side of Storm League Enjoyers, it still is One Direction with a bit of an experience lead from just doing faster double soaking with their Blaze. Genji jumps into top. He's got a few shurikens into Falstad, activates the deflect. Great damage onto Falstad, but also Falstad returning quite a bit as well. Brightwing is going to phase shift up here. Doesn't get any sort of polymorph onto the Genji, who will hearth out. He's actually got allies rotating in. Polymorph immediately onto Blaze as he steps into the wave. Meanwhile, down over in bottom, I saw Garrosh stepping up, but it doesn't look like he's going to be... It's not like he's going to be able to find any sort of CC here. Top left and right, top left and right for the altars coming up. We got 10 talent tier almost here as well. Good groundbreaker from Garrosh. Looks like it's just going to be traded objectives. Traded objectives, small skirmish in mid lane. Chromie, I think, still working on that level 1. Falstad is also grabbing a camp for top lane. That was a good wildfire, I like that. No Entomb available, no level 10 yet, but the slow increase, as well as that drag, forces Blaze back behind the gate, taps the well. Looks like Genji jumps up here as well. Itrax taking a handful of damage. Good groundbreaker from Garrosh, finishes out his last stacks on that level 1. And Blaze does go down. Level 10s are here for both sides. We've got Lightning Breath, Tranquility, X-Strike, Bunker, and Curse Bullet. On the opposing side, we've already had the Temporal Loop. Gust will be picked up by Falstad, Decimate, Garrosh, Entomb, and Blink Heal as a polymorph onto Genji is applied. Big slow from the Skeletal Swing right there as Leorc tanks a few tower shots. Next objective phase is Singular in the bottom of the map, or the center of the map. Good big damage. I'm talking like my old president. Top lane fort will survive for the time being. Falstad getting a couple more autos in. The minion wave is cleared out a little too quickly. Meanwhile, in bottom, though, I will point out Malfuri and Greymane do push in, find some decent value. It is Storm League Enjoyers with the kill lead. As Brightwing threw the Pixie Dust onto Garrosh for the speed boost. Tried to step in with a Decimate there for some slows, but it does not work out. No invade on the left-hand side. Sapper Camp on the right is just now respawning. Massive, bigly damage. The best damage, all the damage. A whole number full of damage. Juan Pablo, though, and Nathantos do jump onto this Garrosh and provide a nice bit of life-threatening auto attacks, but it's actually Leorc the one to fall here. Throws out the Entomb. Juan Pablo with the channel. Malfurion has the Tranquility active. No delay from Chromie in time, as the Sandblast won't be able to get the steps to the Greymane in time. And early game, I mean, it's honestly been really good back and forth. Like, it's you couldn't really say, like, the game's gone one direction for a team here. It's been fair for both. Sorry, I stumbled into a little joke. We have Malfurion falling first to Chromie. Big fire stomps out from Diablo, so he's going to be time stopped by the time trap. Timeout from Chromie as well. So it's a double kill to the side of Storm League Enjoyers, who are starting to pull ahead in that kill department. And that's going to be... Level 13 should be here faster. Diablo 97 on souls. We've got Midwave crashing onto the fort front gate. As Falstad clears that out. Going to need to be either hearthing or tapping well for that full bar of mana. Sappers and bottom being pushed in. Decent damage from Chromie. We're 8.5 minutes in, so we still have some time before towers are upgraded. Chromie Sandblast will finish out the fort front gate here in bottom. Meanwhile, on top, there's kind of this pincher up onto Genji. He sees the Leorc. There's a slow. The Drain does not connect. And one more auto to the back of Genji. Altars are going to be spawning here in the middle and bottom positions. 13s on both sides. We'll see that unfettered assault for Greymane. Does have 5 stacks on Wizened Duelist. Well, I was going to say a little 2v2 on top, but Brightwing's going to phase shift up. Bunker summoned by Blaze. Here comes Diablo, Malfuri, and Greymane. And a gust from Falstad. Leorc is he doubled back for a second, but unfortunately, he's going to land right on top of that root from Malfurion, and Leorc does go down one direction with a nice rotation. And Falstad, he's got flight. Chromie's already in bottom, so this should be 8 shots. Garrosh just needs to slow down the enemy, and I think they can do that. Ooh, I was going to say, toss into the tower shots right there. Good deflect activated by Genji. 8 shots will rain into the core of Quan direction. And this is a 24-24 game. A lot closer A lot closer of a map number 1 than we previously had in that other series. That was a little one-sided. All right, we're done with those jokes, I think. Shuriken Mastery is almost done for Genji, 52 out of 60 sacks. He should be able to finish most of it. Oh, I was going to say, he should be able to finish it here in mid, but falls dead. Respects the Genji and backs away immediately. Minion wave coming in through bottom here. Diablo sharking around, looking for an angle. Gets tossed into the tower shots. Falstead barrel rolls in. Decent damage onto Vince. Gets the Lightning Breath activation to mitigate Chromie's Temporal Loop, but that's a spent heroic, and he still goes down. Storm League Enjoyers finding that kill, pulling ahead even more. We've got a top lane bell tower getting a little low here. Minute and a half until the upgrades come through, as well as that center teleport. Genji rotating up to top lane. He's going to get some poke damage onto this Leoric. I don't think they get the kill, though. Yeah. Brightwing phase shifts to top lane. No invade onto the camp from one direction. Time Trap not connecting onto Vince. It's activated, but just didn't find the CC onto Diablo right there. 16 talent tier advantage. We got the Drain Hope build at level 13-16 with the Unyielding Despair and Crushing Hope. You could see the Burning Despair level 20, or it could just be Buried Alive. Speaking of Entomb right now, we got TV Coffee in top lane. Gets, oh my god! Gets the bunker summoned with like 10% HP. Oh my gosh, what a great kill onto Falstad for One Direction just as this objective phase spawns. This should be top left and right. Oh, maybe Leorc's got a delay on the Genji once, but there's actually left side gets channeled. Brightwing phase shifts to top. So they're gonna they're gonna trade this. Chromie doesn't have the damage in time. Oh, she does this time. Brightwing got the top right. I don't know if Chromie has another delay. Okay. 8-4. It's a 4-core difference. Coffee's gonna hearth out of top.
Your powers will be mine.
Not too bad at all here.
All the others.
Decent siege through mid. Blaze will clear that out. Boss being checked by Genji. Leoric chilling in the bush. Falstad clearing out the top lane wave. A little experience. Actually, I would say there's no experience difference really right now, right? Like, yeah, it's like 1,000 and some from heroes. Mercenaries is ahead, but minions makes up a bit. Like 400 or so difference right now as we kind of total everything out. Maybe 1,000. Anywhere from 400 to 1,000. Top lane. A very low Leoric is going to be saved by Brightwing. Diablo Shadow charges in, trying to close the distance. Lightning Breath for the slow curse bullet onto Itrax. Leoric lands the drain, but it's not enough, and One Direction shut things down in top. Pick up a massive amount of kills, and that should be a nice chunky experience jump for our blue squad as they're going to go ahead and get top lane bell tower, and it seems like Chromie Garrosh are going to try and trade into bottom. Time Trap to eat a few tower shots here. The minion wave does arrive. Genji's going to rotate down here. Swift Strike in. He's got tons of damage onto Alvarez, who pops the Temporal Loop onto him. Genji activates Deflect. Minion Wave will not take down the fort, as they're going to be distracted by the incoming Minion Wave. And a singular bell tower in the bottom of the map. All right. Let's see what we got going on for this next objective phasing. Chromie and Garrosh want to take this down so they get the extra shots, or the equal shots. They did lose their top lane bell tower. Curse Bullet. Time Trap onto Chromie. 200 and something HP was the lowest it went. She heals up a little bit inside of this. Greymane's right there with an auto attack immediately. Jet Propulsion from Blaze with the Pyromania active does find the kill into Garrosh. Gus from Falstad to push back the enemies, but it's just a little too late. Too little, too late. 4 more shots should rain into the core of Storm League Enjoyers. Wonderfully done, honestly. So, they regain control of bottom left. Genji's going to try and get this bottom right bell tower. We'll be able to do so with those shurikens and shin gun value. Top right is being worked on. They've got great damage on this with the auto attacks from Falstad. Minion Wave is still pretty healthy. Malfurion has the channel. Will they be able to convert this in time? I think so. So only 5 shots go into the right, but wait a minute. Sappers in bottom make it 1, 2, 3... There you go. 8 shots in total fly into the core of Storm League enjoyers, and One Direction looking pretty good here. Just curious, what server are we on? Central, okay. I assume all the games will be on Central. I don't think West will be very approachable for EU players. And I know it's an NA tournament, but, you know, we try and... I'm sure the things are kept fairly equal for at least ping, or at least they try to. Good fire stumps out from Diablo. He's got Hellgate level 20. We see Tranquility upgrade with the Serenity level 20 as well for Malfurion. Living Weapon, Fortified Bunker. And we'll also see Tooth and Claw for the Greymane. Opposing side, Invisible Friends, Deadly Calm. There's actually that Burning Despair for Leoric upgrade, as well as the Wind Tunnel Falstad and Chromie stuck in a loop. Genji has to Swift Strike away from Leoric, who's kind of playing to the high side of this lane. Blaze starting his rotation in as well, looking for something here as Diablo's going to be caught inside the Entomb. Gus from Falstad with the Wind Tunnel. Vince stuck inside that Entomb. Souls to be expended. I thought I saw him Hellgate there, but he kind of looked like he went to the exact same spot. Falstad going to Hearth out over here on the right-hand side. Bottom bell tower is still not regained by the side of Storm League enjoyers, but it's 8-7 in kills as the Jet propulsion onto Leoric. Oh no, Leoric, that's so unfortunate. Lightning Breath from Diablo. Good damage into that cluster of enemies. X-Strike from Genji almost gets a full reset. Swift Strike through a few as well. Deflect does get the kill onto Brightwing. Garrosh should fall as well. And One Direction, they're gonna end it right here, right now. Nicely done. Oh, Genji goes down. Chromie's gonna delay things out, but she only delays out the inevitable. Alvarez will fall. That's gonna be a team kill. Wrapping up map number 1 of the day, or map number 1 of the second best of 3. I don't know why I just can't get my words together today. Ugh. I need a good night of sleep, chat. That's what I need. I need one good night of sleep. Thank you again, Kevin, for the raid. Appreciate it. Oh, my alerts are still broken. Well, my alerts are still busted. Thank you again, Kevin. Appreciate it, bud. Thanks to all of those who stuck around after the raid. Let's pay out the people. Choose outcome. One Direction did win that map. Towers of Doom. Nicely done. Never mind. Welcome back, everybody, into the Hanzo Genji Cup Qualifier number 2. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, it is going to be One Direction up in this Best 3 series. On the right, it will be Storm League Enjoyers trying to take us to a map number 3. This is a single elimination qualifier. Of course, if you don't qualify today, there is the last chance qualifier tomorrow, which we'll be doing coverage for as well on this channel. So hope you're all having a good time here. Be sure to follow the stream here on Twitch. And if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube page. And we can make some more money for Bandit. That's always what we're doing at the end of the day, is money for Bandit. But we have a Lucio band away. First pick will be over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. So this means map choice was by One Direction. And Junkrat is also going to be banned away here. So still don't want to deal with that. Don't want to give it over to the enemy team. Okay. What do we want to see for Battlefield here? Is it just going to be simple burn composition? You grab like Li Ming, Genji, burn through the Immortal. Is it going to be like a dive comp? Do they go control? Like there's so many different directions to kind of approach Battlefield of Eternity. Hanzo, of course, will be removed. A very annoying hero to deal with on a map like this. That'll be a Sylvanas gone as well. Okay. But we still have tons of race potential heroes. Main tank priority. I was going to say Blaze is probably going to be still the main priority early on, so he'll be picked up here on the right-hand side. Oh, what do we want for One Direction? So, I really liked the Greymane Genji last game. Like, you could quite literally open up your draft with that and then build around that with dive tanks like Diablo's still up, Anubrak's still up, Muradin's still up. It's going to be Lunara, so we have damage over time. We've got the Wisp, and Malfurion picked up with that as well. Alright, so if we're getting Malfurion, I feel oftentimes, not always, it's not a guarantee, but oftentimes is a mage is a good synergy with Malfurion. And honestly, on Battlefield of Eternity, with the damage over time and stuff, Li Ming would be a fantastic pickup here on the left-hand side, but of course we'll see what happens with everything, because we do have a mid-ban phase coming up next after these next two picks from Storm League Enjoyers. They have a Blaze, Brightwing's up if they want to go into the Brightwing and pick up their main tank on top of that. It's going to be Chromie Diablo. Okay, a very, very similar draft from last game. My apologies, sorry. Eyes a little itchy today. Allergies are still horrible. I can feel the allergies just smacking me in the face today. Oh my god. Ugh. Slowly but surely they're activating. Alright, what do you want to get rid of here? Probably Healer priority ban. Could get rid of Anduin so there's no Light Bomb potential, or even Leap of Faith, yeah. And I do like the Anduin ban quite a bit. What do they want to get rid of here? Could get rid of Yrel for the solo lane. Could get rid of a Muradin or a Nubarak. I don't hate the idea of a Muradin ban, but even then, like, I think there's just so many directions you can still go. So it's going to be Leoric. They're going to get rid of the Leoric from last game. Okay. Well, actually, no, it's swapped. The Leoric was played on the side of Storm League Enjoyers. But either way, looks like Blaze doesn't want to go up against that in the solo lane. Still tons of great heroes to pick up. Is this in the 4-man, or is this in the solo lane? Like, a Hypercarry Lunara I'm not too opposed to right now. Okay, so they can flex on the last one. I actually like this a ton. I love this. Like, honest to God, you pick up something into the Blaze solo lane. Like, you could actually go into, like, Thrall here for the side of One Direction. And you could have Thrall go into Blaze, go Imperious in the 4-man, and you go stab build, and just win the game. Raynor for the race. Brightwing will round out the draft on the right-hand side. Okay. I don't hate that whatsoever for the phase shift polymorph. What do we got on the left-hand side here? How are we going to round out this draft? As I said, I really like the idea of the Hypercarry Lunara. Please do stab build Imperious. Please go full stab build. None of this Brand of Solarian crap at level 1. Actually, I don't think that's the level 1. Burn the Impure, I think, is the level 1. Brand of Solarian, I think, is the 20. Anyways, let's start with a prediction and get into game number 2 of our second best of 3 of the day. Alright, there we go. Maps loading in. Twitch prediction up and available. Excuse me. So, we are here, ready to go. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate it greatly. Glad you're all enjoying the content here. Come on, Imperious. Take the correct level 1. Don't do this to me. No! Sorry, Chess. Nathanatos is going to be playing your Imperious for the side of One Direction, who's up in this best of 3 series for the qualifier. Nathanatos on Imperious. We have Juan Pablo Lunara. Vince will be your Muradin, and Shredded Wind playing Malfurion. Right side of the map, this is going to be Storm League Enjoyers with a Rye Blaze. We'll see Alvarez on Raynor, Itrax playing Chromie, Ariana on the Diablo, and Lovecall playing Brightwing. ETC. What are you going to be going? Is this an ETC for solo lane up against the Blaze, or is it Imperious? It will be. Regeneration Globes, as the Wisp is already cleared away. Sentinel Wisp level 1 for Lunara. Piercing Sand for, or once again the first time for Chromie. Soul Shield on the Diablo. We've got the Exterminator Raynor. Blaze still chilling in top. Trying to find where the enemy is. A couple Twin Flames onto the fort front gate. Activates the stim as ETC. Will show up in top lane as the soul laner. The Cowed Surfer, ETC. Okay. I like what you did there. That was good. That was very, very good. Overpower onto Muradin. He's being pulled off to the right-hand side. Vince is going to be able to Dwarf Toss away. Fire stomps out from Diablo. No level 4 yet. No Soul to Flame. Imperius did pop into top lane for a moment. Looks like he's rotating back down towards bottom. Chromie with a time trap in the bush. What's she going to be going at level 4? Finds the Imperius. He's able to back away. No stacks for Chromie. She does go Chronic Conditions once again at level 4 for the healing buff. Sorry, not the healing. The speed buff and speed debuff. It's constant spray. Constant spray. Diablo Shadow charges in, finds the enemy team. A root from Shredded Wind to zone back Diablo. His Soul Shield is active as Vince doubles back from Sand Blast from Chromia. The deep breathing. Dragon's Breath, god dang. All the wrong names. Soothing Mist from Brightwing. A little bit of poke out from this Chromie consistently. 8 stacks right now on that once again the first time. I'm just waiting to see what actually ends up happening in bottom lane. It's just slow poke back and forth. The Impaler camp doesn't find any value. Fort Front Gate is still very healthy. Looks like we're going to see both teams split off for Fallen Shamans. This is going to be our top lane ETC still picking up globes, clearing things out safely. Fort Front Gate is still taking poke damage from this Blaze consistently. Just Twin Flame, Twin Flame, Twin Flame. Nicely done. He's just weakening those structures as we have our Immortals spawning north-south position for the first one of the game. Speed Metal ETC. So I've got the Sledgehammer, Nature's Culling, Magic Spit, Burn Notice. More Twin Flames on the Fort Front Gate. Power Slide into Stormbolt. Fascia from Brightwing will arrive as well. Polymorph onto ETC, creating a little bit of space for Blaze to kind of reposition and get into... Actually, he just continues sieging. I thought he was going to start backing away and just looking for better positioning in the lane. Nope, not the case at all. Unfortunate misclick, I agree. A very unfortunate misclick. Unfortunate misbutt. How are we doing on our gamble? Ooh, 25,000 to 8,400. Okay. Good odds, chat. Thank you for participating. Thanks for hanging out. Double camp in top lane. Coffee considering to clear this out, but it looks like the focus is going to be onto the objective phasing. Nara's got great damage on this Immortal on the low side of this area. We'll have our Immortals go into the halfway mark. They'll split off to the race potential sides. Let's see, top lane wave is really good. Vince is going to come up here and throw down a Stormbolt, but I mean, the minion wave is just absolutely shredding through this fort right now. I don't know if Burden can actually save this. Oh, it's going to be close, but he will be able to do so. Fort's going to be fairly low. The Immortal will go into bottom lane. Blaze returns to top. Set up in the bottom lane siege from Storm League Enjoyers. Top fort is saved. That's always nice. Okay. Immortal pushing in through bottom. It's going to make quick work of this Fort Front Gate. Has still a little bit of shielding. Diablo Shadow charges in, met by a Stormbolt Celestial Charge. Root from Malfurion, Soothing Mist from Brightwing does get the cleanse out for this Diablo. His Soul Shield will expire. The Time Trap is cleared away. And First Blood does go over to the side of One Direction as a good Celestial Charge connects onto 2. Just imagine if you had Celestial Charge build there. They would have been dead. Imperius would have been able to casually 1v1 over there, or 1v2, and Blaze, Twin Flames, takes down the fort in top. ETC still hammering through, Rise Health. He decides not to go in further. Bottom lane camp will be grabbed by One Direction. They do have that first kill. Looking for Chromie here. Soothing Mist activated. No Celestial Charge connection. Baylor camp now being fed in through bottom lane. ETC is rotating down here as well to join into the allies. Sentinel Wisp can be moved around here for some extra vision. Rainer clearing out the wave. Echo Pedal ETC level 7. We also do have that Choking Pollen as well. Little Solarian Flare thrown out by Imperius. He's still just chilling, waiting for a target. Wave in top lane is going to crash in, so ETC rotates out to grab that clear. Objective phasing shouldn't be too far off from announcement. And 10 Talonteers are closing in as well, so we'll cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like while we wait for 10's Temporal Loop. Tons of damage onto Vince right now, as Murden's able to Dwarf Toss out. There's the Immortal announcement. 29 seconds to go for that. As our bottom lane wave is slowly but surely being pushed in here. I guess not surely. It's just being pushed in, cleared out. No big deal. I like how we're just spamming the voice line. Lunara voice line. I just keep hearing it. Alright, so 10 talent tier. With the extra kill. Looks like it's going to be slightly faster for One Direction, who immediately go to Immortal Race on the north side of this objective phasing. ETC soaked up a bit of top. Imperius is clearing out bottom, so the fort down there doesn't take any damage. There is going to be some decent race over here, but with that Nature's Calling and such, looks like it will be the members of One Direction with the lead. Chromie Time Trap finds two. It's that speed debuff. Immortals will go to race sides. Lunara already working on this left side. She does have the Wisp over here in the bush. Great vision provided, as you can see right there. 10 talent tiers is going to be Leaping Strike, Tranquility, Angelic Armament, Muradin with Avatar, and it's a Stage Dive ETC. Okay. ETC going to go clear out top lane. The Immortal will go into bottom, I do believe.
The light of the crystal arch shines.
So we'll see some good siege coming out from the side of One Direction. Storm League and Joris have their 10s. We already know it was slowing stance for the Chromie. Or not slowing stance. We have the Temporal Loop for Chromie. Banshee on the Rainer. And Duskwing level 20 upgrade is like huge as well. The armor reduction is insanely fast. Good Leaping Strike, Celestial Charge. Big damage onto Blaze. Forced to use the bunker. But he doesn't really have a good target to jump out, or a good direction to jump out. ETC stage dives in the bottom. That's going to be Diablo using Lightning Breath, but Shredded Wind activates Tranquility, and no kill onto no counter kill. Diablo and Blaze do go down. Diablo's souls are at 98, so he is not going to be respawning any faster. Immortal will take down bottom fort. ETC is already rotated back to top lane to his solo lane duties. 49 seconds on his stage dive. Now, I don't think they get double fort off of this. Juan Pablo is rotating towards top, but maybe. No, it's going to be Shredded Wind resetting for mana. Okay. So it looks like that Hearth is canceled in case Imperius is caught out here. Not the case. Does Shredded Wind have a well available? Looks like it. Well taps from the members of One Direction. Wisp scouts at the enemy on this camp. No one's able to get into the point in time. Tons of damage onto this Imperius. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out alive. There's so much healing over time applied to him. But it's just the damage is way too quick. From the side of Storm League Enjoyers, they find their first kill of this map number 2. Trying to take us to map number 3. As a reminder, this is a single elimination qualifier, so if you lose a game, you have the last chance qualifier tomorrow, which, as I mentioned, we'll be doing coverage for before we do our PC game show bingo. Immortals will be on the east-west positions. They're going to be on race sides as they do spawn. And speaking of, I think it's about a minute until that's ready to go, which will be 13 talent tier on both sides. No, more like 30 seconds until then, actually. Jet propulsion into Muradin. He's going to be overpowered by Diablo. Lands the Stormbolt onto the Chromie. Celestial Charge in. Spell Shield was activated. Temporal Loop onto somebody right there. Angelic Armament's activated. Good kill onto ETC. Diablo able to use the Lightning Breath to cook up that cow. It's a little awkward, but I mean, ETC's not the fastest racer, so it's not the worst to lose before the subjective phasing. Stage Dive is up and available. But it seems like with the Banshee available, this is really quick clear onto the Immortal from Storm League Enjoyers. They're going to try and clear out the Banshee. It looks like the damage over time from Lunara should be enough. Yep. 42 seconds to go on another respawn for that. Yeah, that timer starts the moment the Banshee does go down. Camp grabbed on the left-hand side. Chromie poking in here and there with that once again the first time finished out, so she's got triple Sandblast coming through. Top camp will be grabbed by the side of Storm League Enjoyers. ETC still clearing things out. He's got his stage dive available. Angelic Armament about to come off a cooldown. They're Fire Stomp out from Diablo, just trying to get some vision here. Immortal's trading imaginary damage. Time Trap onto Muradin. He's going to take a Sandblast. So Raynor shows in bottom clearing. ETC's been in top clearing things out. And actually with Raynor showing in bottom, this is going to be the green light for One Direction to try and take down Diablo. He's got full souls. The Phase Shift from Brightwing, Stage Dive from ETC. As the Lightning Breath is going to be out once again, the Immortal kind of saving this Imperius with a push to the left-hand side. Angelic Armament was used. The Banshee raining in damage consistently. ETC once again will go down. Vince trying to get out of here. Dwarf tosses and has to double back because the Immortal stun on the ground was threatening. As Raynor still chasing, Banshee and Raynor force out the Avatar, but they're going to call for Immortal. And this is Storm League Enjoyers able to grab third objective of the game. One Direction starting to kind of fall a little bit here. Losing momentum. Map number 2. Brightwing with the Hearth out. Assumption she's got Phase Shift available. Indeed. All right. All right, what are we looking at damage-wise? Probably like 1,500. Would you look at that? 1,492. I was 8 off. That just means that chat has to gift 8 subs. Did you guys know that that's the rule? I make a mistake. You give subs. Easy. Level 16 Somos here for both sides. Wisp from Lunara trying to scout out. Coffee maybe looking for a flank into the enemy team, but Blaze kind of anchoring on the bottom right of this engagement. The Immortal will take down the keep front gate. We got a lot of damage onto the Immortal already. Temporal Loop into Imperius. He's going to try and run out of those shots from Chromie as the stage dive from ETC comes through. Bunker summoned by the Blaze. ETC power sliding in. That would have been a great mosh pit, but there's obviously no mosh. Celestial Charge onto Diablo. He doesn't have souls right now. Soul Shield will activate. Vince going in. Lands a really good Stormbolt onto Raynor. ETC finds the power slide. And actually, Diablo did have souls. He did have souls right there. Nice. Didn't realize he already got him back. So he'll respawn faster. 30 seconds on Raynor. Uh-oh, Chromie's dead. Well, that's a big turn for the side of One Direction, as now they're looking to siege in through bottom lane, piercing Stormbolt onto Diablo. Muradin's got that Bronzebeard Rage. He also went into Stone Form level 16 for some extra healing. Got that Starwood Spear for Lunara, as well as the Moonlit Harmony. Imposing Presence on ETC. Does a whole lot of things and has that passive as well, which is really good up against the Raynor. So activate to reduce the attack speed by 50% and movement speed by 20% of nearby heroes and summons for 2.5 seconds. Passively, heroes and summons that attack ETC have their attack speed slowed by 20% for 2.5 seconds. That passive is pretty nice. And it is off a cooldown. What's the cooldown on that? 40, 60, 20 seconds? That's actually kind of insane. That is kind of wild, that being on 20 seconds. Either way, I believe our 4th Immortal phase is spawning here. This will be on race potential sides. Blue, red on the left, blue on the right. As you can see on the mini-map, if I were to swap the visions, you'd see the axes jump over to the right-hand side. But either way, let's take a look at this. So far, the race is way faster for the side of Storm League Enjoyers as they burn this Immortal down to the halfway point. And I do feel with that massive difference in race potential, One Direction should really just look for a big team fight. I don't think they're just going to win out against the race. Now, we're once again in defensive positions for the Immortals. Imperius is going to sneak over to the top lane. Blaze is showing in bottom. Lunara Wisp is providing great vision here. Sees the Diablo and such stepping in. A Fire Stomp onto a few enemies. 55 souls for Diablo. 55 milkshakes, 55 fries. Blaze going in, doesn't land the Jet Propulsion stun. ETC gets a beautiful power slide through. Celestial Charge from Imperius. Bunker's now summoned by Blaze. Diablo gets inside, but that bunker will expire. ETC does go down to Raynor, as Diablo with no souls will fall as well. Tank for tank, or I guess not really tank, it's tank for solo laner. Muradin with the mini stuns, a lot of good damage onto Raynor. He falls as well. Keep in mind, bottom lane still has an it did have an Impaler. I thought that camp was still a lot healthier. Time Trap onto Muradin. He's gonna take a Sandblast. He's doing fine. Immortal's looking like it's gonna be burned down by the side of Storm, or by One Direction. Storm League Enjoyers got to defend. They will lose their fort in top. Probably take some damage onto keep front gate. 20 seconds on ETC. He's got stage dive available, so he can join into this fight. Does Imperius get the tag on the camp in time? He does. So this will be split pressure into bottom lane. As One Direction head to top. Okay. Proc Rock's finished out. 69 souls for Diablo. Very nice. Once again, the first time's been finished. We have Stuck in a Loop for Chromie, level 20 upgrade. ETC is going to push up bottom lane. The Immortal on top is dealing around 1,724 damage. And that health bar is actually getting chunked quite quickly between the Banshee and Raynor. But as I said, this fort should go down. There should be enough poke damage and immortal damage. Stage dive from ETC into the backline. Brightwing's able to blink away. Celestial Charge onto the Raynor, trying to take him down as the Lightning Breath on the left-hand side will expire from Diablo. Once again, he doesn't have full souls. He gets a Fire Stomp out. That's going to be Imperius falling, which does give 10 over to Diablo, and that'll be ETC as well taken out. Youch. Storm League Enjoyers having a great time here, but meanwhile in bottom lane, Fallen Shaman Camp is going to push up onto the keep, and they're still chasing in for more kills. They want more, and they're going to get it, I do believe. Juan Pablo falls. Sleep onto a few enemies from Shredded Winds level 1, as well as a Stormbolt from Vince, but I think they're going to try and take down bottom keep. Vince is doing his best to provide some poke damage. Yeah, he's trying to provide some damage onto the enemies, but it's just not working out. And Storm League and Gyres are calling core. We got a game 3 on the horizon. Temporal Loop onto Shredded Wind. Stuck in a loop value coming through. Shredded Wind trying to get away. He gets sandblasted to the back. The core shielding is starting to drop. We have Imperius up in 5 seconds, 9 seconds on an ETC. Vince does have Avatar. Core shielding's dropped. Core health is dropping. The Banshee and the Raynor gotta go, but I don't think there's gonna be enough damage from Vince and friends to be able to clear this out. I mean, you still have Chromie and a bunch of other people still working on this. Yeah, this is gonna be GG's. We're heading to a map number 3, everybody. Man, Storm League Enjoyers, I gotta say, hats off to Storm League Enjoyers with that call at the end right there. That was such a really good call. Like, to keep pressuring, to chase in onto Lunara, to just stagger out another death. Very well played, very well played. It kind of seemed like it was One Direction. If they were to get like another 5 minutes in this game, I think they would have had it, so good call. Wow, look at that healing difference. 35,000 healing difference. Wow. Welcome back, everybody, into the Hanzo Genji Cup Qualifier number 2. We're in our second best of 3 of the day, and we're heading into a map number 3. On the left-hand side will be One Direction. On the right is going to be Storm League Enjoyers, and we've got Dragonshire here. As a reminder, it's no meta madness of draft or anything like that, so standard Heroes of the Storm drafts. Every hero is available. Heroes can be repeated. Yeah. Cutest hype train emote is... How is... That is a very, very interesting... That's very interesting for Twitch Turbo. God dang. Wow, Twitch can make pooping emotes, but we can't have dumpies. Well, we can have dumpies now, but, you know, there was that whole debacle. Oh no, an animated character rotating their butt. Oh my god, it's so sexual. Meanwhile, the just chatting section. Meanwhile, the hot tub section. Meanwhile, half of Twitch. Also, cheers, chat. Thanks for hanging out here. There's a lot of places you can be watching streams. There's a lot of places you can be watching HOTS. There's a lot of places you can be watching content. Thanks for choosing our channel. Thanks for choosing to hang out here and supporting a wonderful community.
Emotional damage.
Indeed. Definitely. Alright, we have a Hanzo and a Lucio band away. Chromie Junkrat band. Chromie Junkrat ban. The losing side was One Direction, and they opted in for map pick priority. Okay, interesting. That is actually very, okay. So they have something they want to do for Dragonshy. There's a tactic that One Direction wants to employ, and as a reminder, this is single elimination. There's the last chance qualifier tomorrow. It's only allowed for teams that did not qualify in the first qualifier last weekend or today. There was no pop-up, not in the draft screen. The audio plays, but no video. No video in draft or casting. But every other scene has it. It's literally behind the game.
My back.
It's the alert is like behind the Heroes of Storm because OBS layers things kind of like Photoshop. Leoric and Malfurion on the left-hand side will be picked up for One Direction. Okay, another priority onto Malfurion. Blaze Diablo and a Brightwing. All right, very similar drafts between these two teams. Very similar drafts. Ban phase. Chromie's already been removed. I don't think they're going to prioritize Raynor again. What do you want to get rid of here? Li Ming is an option. Like, Li Ming isn't terrible for this map, so maybe you... Oh, Sylvanas actually would be a fantastic ban. Unless they plan to take it. Unless Sylvanas is going to be... Ass sad. It's always been like this. It's been like this forever. What's up, Hell? How you doing, bud? Reminds me of the old times when I was worried about nothing. Oh, dude. Oh my God. You and me, my friend. Absolutely. Alrighty, Greymane will be banned away. Yeah, it's 2017 was just... We were eating good, chat. We had beefy 5 layers were $1. We had HGC, NA, EU, Korea, China. We had open division during that time. We actually had BlizzCons that were fun. We had active updates. Oh, we were eating good, chat. We were eating good. And Bobby Kotick screwed it all up. Tychus and a Nubrak will be grabbed, though, on the left-hand side, so I do like the Tychus to shred through the Diablo Blaze health pools. Probably going to go bigger they are to force them out of engagements faster and maybe even force the Brightwing phase shift earlier on. With the Tychus on the left-hand side, I would not mind a Cassia grab here. Her poke potential is really good. Blind is really good into Tychus as well. Then you can pick up a Mage with that. They're actually going to go into Falstad Gul'dan. Okay. Don't make me cry. I mean, we'll just cry together. We'll hold toes, and we'll cry together. Last pick on the left-hand side. What do they want to do to deal with the Gul'dan Falstad? I still like the idea of the Li Ming. Why would you only draft 4 heroes for your team? Why would you only draft 4 heroes for your team, One Direction? Alright. They had a really good draft till they threw it all away. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Sorry, 1 second. It was a 30-second gamble, sorry. Give me 2 seconds to get this going again. There we go. 5 minutes. Get your gambles in. There we go. Sorry, everyone. I juked you on the first one there. Juked you on the first one. Left-hand side of the map is going to be the members of One Direction. You've got Shredded Wind playing Malfurion, Athanatos on this Tychus, Vince to play a Nubarak, Coffee on your Leoric, and Juan Pablo is just a floating name. Right side of the map is going to be Storm League Enjoyers, Rai playing Blaze, Alvarez on this Gul'dan.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds.
Trying to lower his health already. Itrax is going to play Falstad with the auto... Oh, no, it's actually... I assume it's auto attack build, but I don't know what they're going to go into. And Arya will be your Diablo. Alrighty. Sorry, allergies are... Allergies are a little rough today, so I do apologize, Chad. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, sir. Arsenal Synergy level 1 for Juan Pablo. Nerubian Armor. Quarterback. Fancy into Death. It is going to be auto attack build for Falstad. Echoed Corruption on Gul'dan. As Blaze is going to push things up in top. The Orc will rotate up there and deal with that. Meanwhile, Juan Pablo goes to bottom lane. Clearing out the wave really quickly with that phase cannon and repeater cannon. Right? Phase bomb, excuse me. Phase bomb. What do we got here? 6.7 to 6.4, so we got good odds on the gamble. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Oil Slick into Jet Propulsion. Tychus activates his minigun, starts chunking into this Blaze as the Impale from a Nubrak does land. My brain today, I'm just so tired. Need more tea. Also, I can't stop thinking about the pizza that I'm going to get later on today. Oh, I can't wait. Got camps traded in bottom lane. This is just going to be Bruiser Camp grab for the top as well. Meanwhile, oh, actually, no, they're not traded for bottom. There's an invade. But I don't think this is going to be very successful. Doesn't seem like a lot of commitment. Yeah, Juan Pablo and Athenitos are kind of backing away, but here comes Diablo with the Shadow Charge in. Tychus steps in as well. Root from Malfurion. Impale from this Anubrak as he burrow charges away. First Blood does go over the side of One Direction. They don't steal away the camp, but they get the kills, so, I mean, it's not too bad. A bit of value found. Falstad barrel rolls in. TB Coffee really low here in mid. Tychus steps up, gets the minigun active. Itrax getting chunked by this Tychus, and a second kill will come through. Tychus is going to go Master Assassin after the kill. Oh, that's unfortunate. Could have had one stack, but whatever. Kel? I don't care that I missed that kill. Kel, you're getting timed out. How dare you talk about nasty-ass pizza. Kel, you're getting timed out. How dare you talk about nasty-ass pizza. Papa John's is the worst. Also, Papa John is the worst, too. He's a horrible human. You earned that timeout, Kel. You earned it. Congratulations. Bet of barbs for our Nubrak here, as we will continue to see... Oh, wait, hold on. I thought Diablo was starting to step up here. Meanwhile, in top lane, actually, it's Blaze getting dove on by the enemies. I thought he was going to be able to get back behind his gate in time on the minimap, but not the case. Maybe a trade here in bottom lane. Shielding destroyed as Juan Pablo is able to get behind the gate, able to tap well. Okay, the gang squad is rotating right now, and they'll pick up a Tychus or a Falstad kill in mid. Chicago-style pizza clears. Huh? I don't like Chicago-style, personally. But I would rather eat Chicago pizza over Papa John's any day of the week. I'd rather have Chicago-style over Domino's. I'm getting a Meat Lover's pizza from Blue Dog. It's a local pizza place. I have a free coupon for a free large gourmet pizza. So I'm going to get one of their gourmet pizzas and remove all the vegetables. Because who wants vegetables on a pizza? All right, Twitch Prediction's going to close here in a moment. Thank you, everybody, for participating and hanging out with us. Hope you're all having a great Saturday. We got a lot of Heroes of Storm action for all of you. We are going to be doing the Girls Gang Squad at noon, which is in 58 minutes. So even if this tournament isn't done, I will be jumping over and doing Girls Gang Squad to go support the Trevor Project. Molten Flame out from Diablo right now. Just poke, from the Dragonite. You're making it healthier by removing the veggies, less calories. See? Exactly. Exactly. Shadow Charge onto a Nubrak right now. Jet Propulsion says hello, and Falstad finds the kill. Meanwhile, barrel roll in from Falstad. And Shredded Wind gets dropped to 50%. And this camp will be invaded and stolen away. Polymorph onto Juan Pablo. Whole heckload of damage from that Echo Corruption. Or from Corruption. The Echo isn't done. New York goes fishing for potential drain onto this Falstead. Picks up a couple of regeneration globes here in mid. And Dragonshire continues to unfold. 10 talents here faster on the left-hand side. 5-1 in kills. Invade onto this camp right now? Nope, not in time. We'll see Cocoon, Commandeer Odin, Tranquility, Entomb, and Purification Salvo. Add celery to a pizza? Are you insane? I don't want crunch with my pizza. Like, maybe a little crunch on the crust or something. But I don't want... Oh, that's awful. Turbo. Why? I mean, I get the joke, of course. Celery's negative calories. But no! Jet propulsion from Blaze as Falstead flies into the bottom. The gust is good. The root from Malfurion will connect as well. Itrex trying to barrel roll to safety. Juan Pablo gets the warp out. The Horrify from Gul'dan splitting Vince. Throws down the Cocoon, trying to get past Blaze and will be able to do so. The Orc is still in top lane. Still soaking up for the allies. Shredded Wind takes the long rotation through the camp below. And it looks like this will be a fine disengage as another spray comes out. There are not many wrong options for pizza, but celery is one of them. That is true. That is so very true. I'm a big proponent of, you know, get what you want to eat. If you want to put pineapple and ham on your pizza, if you want to do sweet and savory, go for it. But I draw the line at celery. Salvo from Juan Pablo goes out, actually getting value for once. Vince somehow still not dead. Blink from Phoenix onto this Diablo, and I think... Yeah, I think Diablo's dead. He's got full souls, but he's dead. Blaze is up in top lane, clearing things out. You also grab the top lane channel on this objective. Twin Flames onto the fort front gate. Let's see what we have going on here for bottom lane. Easy clear onto the fort. Leoric on top is just going to grab the soak up here as well. 13 to 11, actually more. It's like 13 to 12 in this map number 3. As a reminder, the teams that win this game still have to play one more to qualify for the tournament, and there is the last chance qualifier tomorrow. Oh, good slam, good jam. Leoric goes down on top. Okay, all right. Spamming the voice line. It has to be on like a button that they're constantly hitting. Like, I did that like my Discord mute when I used to play Stormly with friends. When I would mute in Discord, that was also the trigger for my voice line on my mouse. So every time I would mute to like say something to chat and not bother my teammates in Discord, it would be like Decker Kane or whoever constantly spamming voice lines. 7 to 2 in kills, level 13 almost here on the right-hand side. Quick clear onto that. Juan Pablo with this channel on the Moonshrine in the bottom lane. Sunshine grabbed by Falstead. No Dragon Knight available, but hold on, Alvarez. No, it's Brightwing. She's going to be able to blink away, and this is just going to be camp cleared out. Gul'dan with 39 stacks on that level 1. I think he might have picked up 1 or 2 right there. Diablo in the bush discovers Leoric in the rotation. Jet propulsion to follow things up, but Leoric had the Wraith walk out in time. He is going to go into that Spectral Leech, so we can probably assume Mithril Mace level 16 for the synergy. Diablo devastating charge, 1 out of 5 stacks. Coffee's in top lane, takes a couple autos from the Falstad. Lands the drain. Meanwhile, Blaze finds a few enemies. Apocalypse from Diablo in this corridor is really good. Malfurion's the target. Shredded Wind is going to be shredded down by Brightwing. Salvo is going to be thrown out. It tickles some health bars. That's really about it. But This might be the opportunity for Storm League Enjoyers to grab this Dragonite phase and push in through a lane, taking down a fort. Let's see what we got going on here. Top lane is opened up, so they could take down the top lane fort and make things a little bit more difficult for the Leoric in the solo lane matchup. Granted, still a few members floating around in mid that might be able to delay out or deny this objective phasing, and it's Malfurion up in 8 seconds. Leoric goes to top. He'll have the Sunshrine. Brightwing's managing bottom. A Nubrak with one delay also has that bed of barbs, and it will persist for 3.5 seconds after being thrown out. Damage onto Leoric. Coffee's gonna be unable to Wraith Walk out. Good gank onto Leoric. Phoenix has bottom lane. Falstad has top. It's gonna be temples or shrines traded. Coffee showing off that mastery and 3-year badge. There's a Coney Dog pizza you can get at the M1 Brewery in Michigan off of M1, which is Woodward. It's like right by Ferndale. It's a couple blocks from 9 Mile. It's actually right around the corner from Valentine's Vodka. That place is pricey, but Valentine Vodka is absolutely wonderful if you ever want to go to a distillery. But there's the M1 Brew right around the corner as well. It is hot dogs and chili on pizza with mustard as well. We've got a Nubrak falling first. Salvo out from Phoenix. Leoric will fall. Top fort does go down, and the early game was so very good for the side of One Direction, and it's kind of falling apart right now. Storm League Enjoyers are getting kill after kill in this late game. I'll try and find, after this game while we're getting set up for our next best of 3, I will try and find an image of that Coney Dog pizza for you all so you can see the glory of it. Diablo set up for a channel on the objective. Coffee is going to respawn, and he won't get the delay. He has to Wraithwalk immediately. That was a little sketchy right there, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Diablo inside the Dragonite. Blaze is going to clear out the top lane wave. Thank you for the gifted sub. Sheltering Hand, I appreciate the tier 1 gifted sub to the community. Thanks for paying it forward. Much appreciated. That's a raffle ticket to the Baja Ross giveaway. Alright, Molten Flame out from this Dragonite. They don't get the mid lane fort. A little bit of damage onto that. I should talk more about Coney Dog pizzas. That seems to bring in the subs. So Coney Dog pizza. Alright, Coffee's going to clear things out in top. 20 talent tiers, about 2 levels away for both sides. Every little bit is appreciated, so thank you again for the tier 1. $27 Mithril Mace stacks for our Leoric. Just kind of waiting to see how things unfold here. The Dragonite not getting a ton of value. It's kind of awkward. Ooh. What is this bush party setup right now? Who's getting dove on? Looks like nobody. Looks like no one's getting dove. This is a quick clear onto this right side camper. Quick grab onto it. Objective phasing going to be up here 13, 14, like 15-ish minutes or so. It's a pretty low cooldown from when the Dragonite goes down to when the shrines open up again. Nubrak is going to find the Blaze. Jet Propulsion starts things out. Diablo finishes out his devastating charge level 13. So now hitting enemy heroes against terrain reduces their armor by 20 for 4 seconds. You also have that Sacrificial Soul. And Diablo is going to be gaining 40 armor at 100 souls, which is right now. You also gain 10 souls if you don't have any, making these collisions into terrain. And also you have the Domination. But right now, bottom lane, Siege Giants, Bruiser Camp, decent damage onto the fort. Leoric is going to take down the top lane fort over here. So at least there's a trade. Commandeer Odin has been summoned by Tychus. We got a Cocoon onto Diablo. Jet Propulsion from Blaze into Malfurion is the Overpower onto Shredded Wind. The Apocalypse underneath. The Gust from Falstad helping out a bit here, pushing Vince down as he gets the Burrow Charge away. Big hammering damage. Jet Propulsion finds the kill. And that'll be a double kill. Bottom lane, as well as the fort. TV Coffee was considering flanking into this, but decides better of it rotates back through mid for safety. Siege Giants in bottom still throwing in some rocks here. We got a minion wave on the way. Look at that, 15 minutes in game time, just about, and there's the Dragon announcement. Wowee. It's like I do a lot of Heroes of Stormcasting on this channel, 6 days a week almost. Are Storm League enjoyers calling for it? Are they going? Are they ending? Salvo is gonna go out. Diablo with the Shadow Charge. Okay, goodbye. Okay, Diablo does go down. Core shielding is reduced, or removed, sorry. Auto attack still raining in from Falstad. Falstad should be able to take this core down just about on his own. Wind Tunnel comes out as well. And that will be your map number 3 over to the side of Storm League enjoyers. GG, well played. They're 1 series away from qualifying.
Hello, I like money.
Thank you for the gifted sub. Well, we can guaranteed, so it's guaranteed we can do it at least the first map in our next best of 3 series. We'll see how the timer looks, because as I said, at noon my time, which is in 45 minutes, we are going to be casting the Girls Gang Squad. We'll be doing one of the best of 3s over there. I think it's a best of 3, right? So we'll be joining in for that charity event.